Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. It's an absolutely gorgeous morning here in Plymouth, Minnesota. So I was shooting some footage for y'all for this video here, and coming into St. Paul and coming to Minneapolis, and it was so full of traffic. So I decided, you know what, I'm not going to talk with y'all until we get through that. Well, by the time we got through that, I was pretty much here for my delivery, so I just went ahead and delivered. So we are just now leaving our delivery and headed to our reload. And this load here we're going to pick up is for our customer for Graver Post. And so yeah, it's over here at the rail yard here in Minnesota, or over here in Bloomington, I think it's called. That's the name of the town. Anyhow, that's those slabs. That was the fastest I have ever been unloaded with slabs. Normally, they'll only pick two at a time off the trailer, and it takes 2 to 3 hours. Like it takes forever. Like there's been times I've delivered that stuff. Like the one time I delivered it up there to, I believe it was called up in Farmington, Michigan, basically Detroit area there, north of the airport. And it took them all day. I got there at 7 a.m. I did not leave that place until 5 o'clock that night. So yeah, it took them forever to unload me. But these guys, nah. They had a forklift that was big enough. It picked up. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 6 picks, and each pick weighed about 7,000 pounds. Their forklift picked up 7,000 pounds at a time. Was like 6 at a time. 6 at a time. So yeah, that was fast. That was really fast. And I am not going to complain about that. That's my kind of unload. So anyhow, we're gonna get on the interstate here, and we're gonna head on over to the rail yard to get reloaded. So I will talk with you in a Okay, so we just got loaded over here at this rail yard, and it's pretty good size load. We're sitting right at about 79,000 pounds, 78.5, somewhere in there. So we're loaded up there pretty good. This load goes to Gribber Post, as I said before. But these guys are pretty quick. I got here, checked in, and told me what to do. I backed into where I was supposed to back in, and I had no sooner set my brakes than here they come. And when I say they come, I'm talking 3 forklifts came and bam, 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 we was loaded. It took me longer to strap the load than it did for them to load me, so I am definitely not complaining about that. But they have a train pulled up, some rail cars pulled up here, and they're unloading it, so I'm going to show it to you here. They got this car and this car here, and they're working on loading them. And then on the other side, you can see it, there's one there, one behind it, and then up front. Oh, I'm sorry, not up front, just that one and behind it. Then they have those 2 cars to unload, is what he said. So yeah, this is basically a place where they do rail stuff, like stuff comes down on the rails, and it's a warehouse here, so they have like lumber, of course, OSB. They even have van trailers come in here to get loaded as well, so they have, you know, fertilizer and salt, Morton salt, and, yeah, all kinds of stuff is what he told me. But anyhow, we're ready to go now, and we've got, GPS says we have 676 miles to go to our delivery, which is about 10 and a half hours, roughly 10 and a half to 11 hours. So we're not going to make it all the way, but we're going to get as far as we can go. So yep, let's go ahead and get on the road. Here on the loop here around Minneapolis, St. Paul area, here on 494. I'll show you some interesting things. I think they're interesting. First of all, we'll be going past MSP here directly. Or, well, for those of you who don't know what MSP is, like the airport, International Airport. And then we'll also go past, if I remember right, we're going to go past the Minnesota Vikings facility, their training facility, so I'll try to point those out to you. But this exit here, we're coming up to already having signs for it, for the different terminals for MSP here. Minnesota Vikings training facility. I'll pull it up for you directly here. So let's get this flipped around right there. Y'all see that? Home of the Minnesota Vikings. Yup. We had to stop there and put a little fuel in the truck. I was hoping to make it to our truck stop where we're parking for the night to get fuel tonight, but we're sitting on E right now, as you can see, and we still got 25 miles to go. So I stopped back there that one quick trip there and shot 15 gallons in there. That should easily get us up to where we need to go for the night, and then I'll fuel up and then park for the night. So, yeah, sometimes those things kind of happen to you out here on the road. You plan for something, but then your plans get disrupted a little bit because it's so windy and it's burning fuel a little faster than you are, than your calculations are figuring. So just got to kind of roll with the punches out here. Yeah, we just kept coming through Urbana-Champaign area, and we'll be parking up here in Oakwood, Illinois for the night. So I'm going to keep on driving here, and we will be parked for the night, and I'll talk with you then. Alright, so we pulled in here to the truck stop and got some fuel, and it was about 230 gallons or so, which didn't surprise me. I expected that to be like that. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and shut this video off here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share the video out, leave some comments below. Until next time, keep on trucking.